In a small, dusty village in India, lived a girl named Meera. Her family was extremely poor. Her father worked as a laborer, and her mother stitched clothes to make ends meet. They often had to choose between buying food and paying school fees. But Meera had something no one could take from her: dreams. From a very young age, Meera was fascinated with books. She would collect old newspapers and torn textbooks from garbage piles and read under the dim streetlight near her hut. Her school had no proper classrooms or desks, but Meera always sat in the front, soaking in every word her teachers said. She often went hungry, but she never let that stop her. She studied every day, sometimes walking miles to borrow books from a faraway library. People in her village laughed at her. "What will a poor girl do with education?" they said. But Meera smiled and kept going. At age 16, Meera scored the highest marks in her entire district. A local newspaper published her story, and soon after, a charitable trust offered to sponsor her college education. Meera couldn't believe it. Her dreams were starting to come true. College was tough. She was surrounded by students who had more money, better clothes, and fluent English. She felt like an outsider. But Meera didn't give up. She spent nights improving her English, practicing public speaking, and learning computers at a free community center. Her professors soon noticed her dedication and intelligence. One of them encouraged her to apply for an international scholarship. She hesitated. How could a village girl like her go abroad? But with her teacher's help, she wrote her story in the application. Months later, Meera received an email. She had been awarded a full scholarship to a top university in the UK. Tears streamed down her face as she showed the letter to her parents. She was going to be the first girl from her village to ever fly on a plane. Years passed. Meera became a software engineer, then a successful entrepreneur. She returned to her village, not in torn slippers, but in a car with books and laptops. She started a free school for underprivileged children, telling them, "If I can do it, so can you." Moral of the story: success doesn't depend on where you come from. It depends on how far you're willing to go.